Alright, so this is a kitchen tabletop overview of my truck. I haven't really done as much as everybody else has for brass. I've done the Endura brass wheels, they're solid brass, and then the Endura kind of Hyrax knockoffs. And inside, like you can see when I push my finger on it how well they flex. It's nuts. The sidewall is really good, but the squish is good, and you can hear that they're vented too. I had to take the backside ring and kind of file a little slot in it so the air could travel through, but even after that I still ran into an issue with these Endura yellow silicone inserts. Because it's rubber, it was sealing the little hole on the brass ring on the inside. No air was traveling through, so essentially what I did was in between, say like that little honeycomb there, on the inside of that I cut a hole, and I lined the hole up with the hole in the ring, so now it can breathe. Just because the temperatures change a lot, I'm in Michigan, so the temperatures change a lot and can cause your tire to either become really firm or like deflated looking, and I'd rather have them like this. And I'm not too worried about water getting in there now because there's no foam to rot out. It's just all silicone and rubber. So, but anyway, I got this thing paired with this Fly Sky GT3C, and I'll take this off. So this is my setup. Now these shocks, I don't particularly like them for how short they are, because I mean, look at that, it's already bottoming me out on the servo. Those shocks are Endura FCX24 shocks, but they're not too bad. The flex is still pretty decent. See, so the flex is still pretty decent. I do got 80 weight oil in them, so they feel pretty decent. I have a the little Traxxas heatsink on there, and that is a Muse, or no, it's not Muse, because I just watched a video not long ago. It's Me-Us, not Muse. I watch a lot of Cape Crawler, and he kind of steered me straight from calling it Muse. But it's a Me-Us 87 turn. I did have this in there, which this works pretty good. I can't really tell too much of a difference. Maybe the sound is the biggest thing. This one sounded like absolute crap, and that one's pretty quiet. Obviously this is the stock motor, but I would definitely get the yellow inserts for the tires. And then I got, I don't know why I keep going back to those inserts, but they're freaking amazing. I've always just ran foam, and then putting those inserts in, huge difference. Can hardly see it, but it's a blue Endura. I think it's a 7-gram servo. I am running a Traxxas battery just because the ESC came with like a Traxxas adapter, and the ESC, by the way, is the Endura MB100. Now I do have steel gears inside there too. The pinion is a 12 tooth, where like Traxxas is an 11 tooth, so I couldn't use the brass one that came on this motor. I wish I could have, but I can't, so I ordered a bag of plastic ones to make up for it. But I did have the motor switched to the back, and I was trying to figure out how to get that up there, and in the midst of doing all that, I was like, what is the weight difference? So I weighed the battery and I weighed the motor, and the battery is only like 4 grams heavier than the motor. So to me, the hassle I was going through, I would have had to drill holes in the frame here. it just didn't make much sense to go that route. It wasn't worth it to me. I did have to drill. Oh, that shut off. I did have to drill a hole in here for this one to lower it down a little bit. This one already had the lower mount, but yeah, this track's battery's only at like storage voltage, so I don't blame it for shutting off. I'll shut my controller off too, or transmitter. But I'm going to get my little course out here and see how this does, because my other trucks kind of struggle at this one spot. It's a rock I kind of got up on the side, and as it's trying to go up, you kind of have to kick your rear end around the rock and keep going. But yeah, this is a heavy little bugger now, like, and it's planted, and it don't have the jiggle like the SCX 24s do, because I got oil in those shocks. Feels really good. But I didn't put those little center screws in just because you can't get to the wheel nut with those in place. Maybe you can if you have a really thin bit, but I couldn't get to it with a socket. So just trying to think if there's anything else. So tires, rims, yellow Endura inserts, steel gears, Traxxas heatsink, Mias motor, 87 turn, MB100 Endura ESC, FlySky receiver, FlySky transmitter, Endura shocks, Endura servo. Oh yeah, Endura little wheel hexes in there too. But this thing weighs a ton. It's a freaking animal. But I'll get to the course now. All right, you're gonna have to bear with me. This is stomach's growling, a little bit hungry. That can wait. All right, let's see how. I'm trying to hold this phone. It is a huge phone, but it has some good video quality, so that's why I'm using it. So that chunk right there in front of it, right here, is what I would normally have to kind of swing my rear end over. I'm hoping to just crawl it. Oh. I don't want, I'm getting close to falling off here. It's really slippery, this course. I tried to make it pretty much as hard as it possibly could, but I haven't put nearly enough grit on it. It's pretty much just smooth foam, smooth cardboard. There we go. All right. But tire flex is what I'm after. I want to see what that tire flex looks like. Oh, it does have some decent drag brake, it looks like. This is, oh, look at that tire flex. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So I'm just happy that I'm getting the performance I wanted out of those tires. I was kind of worried about them inserts, because I'll tell you what, putting those little beads together, that's kind of a pain. Yeah, I'm like, that's finger torture right there. But so anyhow, there's not really much to say. I kind of went at this thing gung-ho with everything I could think of right out of the gate, just to make a decent rig. I'm not gonna be putting links for all this stuff, because I mean, everybody knows what it is. Endura brass wheels, Endura tires, Endura FCX 24 shocks, Endura 7-gram micro servo, Endura MB100 ESC, Fly Sky receiver and transmitter, the Mias motor. They actually have a 102 turn Mias motor. Like, this thing isn't incredibly fast the way it is right now. A little worried about that. Like, that was all it had. That was full goose right there. Yeah, I guess it's all right. That was full goose, and it's like definitely not as fast as it was. It's actually, that motor's slower than the Traxxas motor, now that I see it like actually moving like that. So does that mean it has more torque? Very well could. Very well could, but I don't know. Probably got a lot more work I'm going to be doing to this thing. I'll give it time. Endura's going to come out with links. I'll be getting brass links when they come out with those. Real shocks, the actual shocks for this thing, I'll definitely be getting those too. Because these teeny tiny things, man, they kind of look silly. I don't know. I like that they're adjustable, but their size is kind of goofy looking. I just didn't like the ball cup style shocks on the other one, and I tried swapping the rod ends from the Traxxas 4M shocks over to it, and they threaded on, but the ball size is smaller on this than it is on the 4M. So, but anyways, 12-minute long video already. I'm just gonna stop it here. You guys got everything you need to know, and how it looks. It's pretty badass, I think. Oh man, those inserts are just gnarly. That's gonna be nice. But this course is like, there's barely any grip on it. I need to texture it for sure. It just looks like a bunch of Chihuahua turds piled on top of each other right now. But I want to go over it with some like terrain paste and get rid of the turd look. But only thing I think I'll do now is cut these bumpers, because at full crank, yeah, oh yeah, it'll be hitting for sure. And oh yeah, better tell you guys that, oh man, let's see if I can turn the light on while I'm filming. Yeah, there we go, sweet. So the servo tabs, you can see I sanded them down because there's that slot. It's shaped like a J. It has to slide down in that. So you have to sand your tabs down to fit in there. It's a little bit thicker. This servo horn does have the same thread as the stock steering arm, so you're good. And the servo gear itself, the splines on that shaft coming out, that is a huge gear compared to the stock one. The stock one is like really dinky. But alright, stopping it right now. Catch you guys later.